Hey everyone, Videos Numbers here. There are a lot of ways to write numbers, but the only one that's good and people care about is the base 10 place value system, predominantly using the Arabic numerals, actually from India, but whatever. With only 10 glyphs to cover every number in existence, however, some of them end up looking similar, and we can make mistakes sometimes. On the other hand, some of these mistakes are easily fixed. Write 3 instead of 9, just fill in the curve. If you write 4 instead of 1, however, we can't help you. No one can. So how far can we push this strategy? We will organize all the information in this chart. The rows are the starting numerals and the columns are the ending numerals. If a cell is green, then the transmutation works. If it's yellow, then it kind of works, and if it's red, then don't even bother. So let's begin with 1. I'm pretty sure the little dash at the top is a myth and only exists in fonts because I don't know anyone who writes like that. For 2, we need to add this little curvy bit at the top and this line at the bottom. It looks weird because normally it'd be compact and slanted, but it's not too bad. 3 is even easier. Boom, boom, boom. You do miss a little curved indent in the middle, but it's not like anybody will notice. This one's good. 4 is even better. Just add this one stroke and you have a perfect rendition. This is because you have to draw a single vertical line anyways if you want to write 4. For 5, this one's dumb, but it looks better on paper, so I guess it's fine. For 6, add this little loop on the bottom and make sure the problem you're doing doesn't have the variable b anywhere. For 7, draw this line at the top, and if you're feeling extra spicy, add the line in the center so it doesn't look like the fake one from earlier. For 8, you draw an S shape that wraps around the line. It's slanted too much, but 8 is like the most diverse number ever, so I'm still going to give it full points here. 9 is the same thing as 6, but you don't need to worry about the letter Q since it's lower when written. Full points for that, and then we have 0. Draw this really long ellipse thing, and don't make it look too much like a D or cursive A. We're done with the first row, and it's about time really. Let's move on to starting with 2. For our first conversion into 1, you'll immediately notice a pattern. If going one way is extremely easy, then going the other will be impossible, because any good solution would involve erasing, which we can't do. Another rule of thumb is that you cannot convert a bend into a line, and this is what makes this one impossible. Actually, you can't reduce any of the remaining characters into a single line, so this whole first column is red. Converting 2 into 3 is easy, just add another line, even though it looks a bit strange. And I won't even bother with 4 and 5 because, well, another side note, if you can rotate or flip around a number to make it into another, then you can't just change it by adding stuff to it. 6 barely works, although it looks a bit like the letter delta. 7 is something. 8 is easy, and 9 looks like delta, but upside down. On to the next row. Going from 3 to 4 is out of the question, but 2 and 5 are alright, as long as the bendy bit in the middle is not too prominent. 6 still looks like delta, 7 is impossible, and 8 is perfect. No, literally, you can just fill it in. 9 is slightly less perfect, but on paper nobody will notice. Let's move on to 4 now, and I'll just fill out the ones that are impossible right now. Hear me out on this next one. 5 is possible. Most of the time it just looks like you drew the middle section all fucked up because you're sick, but other than that, it actually works. 8 and 9 also look really weird, but again, if you do this on paper, nobody will notice. If they're blind, that is. 5 only works for 6, 8, and 9. You just have to fill in the not connected bits. The 7 segmented display demonstrates this perfectly, as well as 6 to 8 because literally nothing else works with 6. 7 is much more versatile since you can write it in a single stroke if you're feeling special. You can make 2, although it looks like a Z, 3, 4, 8, and 9 just fine. Penultimately, 9 can become 8, and if you draw it hastily, 4. Lastly, 0 works with 8, 9, and 6, and the latter is the best results because you're more likely to draw 0 on the bottom of the line. The other ones just look like a bit strange. Here's the final chart. Enjoy while it lasts because it's gone in 3, 2, 1. Well, there it goes.